I don't get why there's not more information out there on this and why people aren't reviewing it all the time, because this has got to be one of the most slept on San Martin watches out there. Another day, another video, another watch, another San Martin. We're looking at this one today because basically nobody else has. When I was recently scrolling through AliExpress looking for a new San Martin to acquire so we can take a look at it here, I mean, they're quickly gaining a reputation for being kind of the Chinese watchmaker, right? If you want high quality finishing and a watch that punches above its price class, so to speak. They've been doing exceptional things and a phenomenal job. This is not a new release from them. It came out, I don't know, about a year ago, but when I search for this model, especially on YouTube, I'm seeing one video from somebody who's not San Martin. The only other video that I find is posted by them, and it's kind of a promo piece. So I wanted to pick this up. I think it's going to look good on my gorilla size 8-inch wrist, and that's kind of how I was looking for watches. Let's get this thing out of the box because I think it's going to be really interesting to see the value proposition of everything that we have here. Okay, my friends, let's get this thing out of the box. This is the model number SN0066 from San Martin, and let's see why nobody else is looking at this. Is everybody sleeping? All right, when you get a San Martin, it comes with a little hang tag. They're usually going to come with some spring bar tools so you can change the strap, which is nice. I'm glad that they toss these in with pretty much every watch. And we have our standard San Martin box. Oh, we got some stuff in the bottom of the box here. Okay, so San Martin warranty card. Cool. That's how it comes. And there we go. We got a 2-year warranty on these, which is better than some micro brands, I'll tell you that much. That's actually kind of a nice little printing there. I like how that looks. Nice and fancy. And then we have a little, I assume, instruction manual. Yeah, so okay, so this is applicable to chronographs and three-handers and showing you kind of how the crown works and how to control it. I don't think we're going to need this, so we'll just stick it back in the box here and get to our San Martin zipper case. These are the standard way that San Martin watches are packaged. There's a reason I have the Berny over here also. If you didn't see that video, take a look at it after this video. But this is also going to be a compressor style case dive watch. And I wanted to see how these two compare. Because as I record this video, this watch is on AliExpress for $225 US in a beautiful gradient orange dial. Let's get this out of here. We got the full bracelet. We are covered in plastic. So let's go ahead and set our box aside, which doubles as a nice little travel case. This is one of the nicer packaging options that I've seen from an AliExpress brand. This is something you might actually want to keep around and reuse. All right, without further ado, let us go ahead and deplasticize this thing because we are covered in plastic here, and we'll take a first and closer look at it. While I fumble around with the plastic here, please take the time to toss a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you like videos like this. It really does help, and it goes a long way towards helping the channel grow. I buy all these watches with my own money, and I'm trying to keep that flow of watches going here. It's not always easy. I've actually been kicking around the idea of channel memberships recently. Let me know down in the comments if that's something you would be interested in. I don't know if I'd be pushing a bunch of extra content to channel members, but maybe once a month we can do a watch giveaway of a watch that we've reviewed on the channel. And that giveaway would be kind of a raffle for channel members. I don't know, kind of just thinking out loud here, but I'd love your thoughts. And here we are with our first look at the San Martin SN0066. What are we thinking about this? We got a turtle style case. We have, I mean, nice finishing that San Martin's kind of become famous for, right? This is beautiful vertical brushing on the sides of the case. We get a little reflection there so you can see what I'm looking at. There's not a whole lot of polish going on anywhere here. It looks like the case is 99, if not 100% brushed. Obviously, we have some little polish accents on the crowns there. We have drilled lugs, which is very cool. Should make strap changing a little bit easier. No quick release in the spring bars, which is okay because they gave us drilled lugs. That's pretty neat. This bracelet does have polished center links. It looks like a 2-piece H-link style bracelet, which reflects and refracts and gives you some, gives you a little bit of light play there. That's really nice. You could kind of get the roll of the bracelet there in the studio light. Looking really nice. I'm really enjoying this gradient orange dial. This is not the only color this watch comes in. The 4 options are listed as gradient blue, gradient purple, gradient red, and gradient orange. I obviously went with the orange, but there should be a color option here for about everybody. Let's get the hands out of the way so we can take a closer look at this dial. All right. Oh, that's not super easy to pop out. Come on, crown. There we go. Helps if you have a nail to work with, right? Here, let's do the famous 10-10 setting. It's actually a really smooth crown to operate. That's nice. I like that. They are screw down. We'll get into the specs here in a little bit. All right, so now our crown's all screwed down. We have our applied San Martin logo beneath the 12 o'clock marker. Our applied indices seem to be squares with rectangles at 3, 6, and 9, and a triangle at noon or midnight, whatever you call that, 12 o'clock. This is an automatic watch, 200 meters of water resistance, and it is a compressor style diver. So we should be able to unscrew this. And once it pops out, we can move that outer bezel back and forth. Now, this is somewhat smooth, but I'm actually getting some tactile clicks as I move this around. Is it happening every minute? Yeah, that's how it's in there. So I'm actually getting a tactile click that I can feel. You can't hear it, but you can feel it at every minute increment, which is kind of cool. Let's see if we can get this pushed in and screwed down without moving. Okay. That was very easy to secure without moving the bezel further. So that's always a plus on these. Sometimes when you try to screw that crown back in after getting the bezel exactly where you want it, it'll move a little bit on you. And it's really annoying to try to get it exactly where you want it to be. This is a very pretty watch. San Martin's buckles and bracelets seem to be really nice. You know, we're signed. We got the, I don't know if that's engraved into or just applied. That's probably an applied logo, but either way, it looks fantastic. Double push deployant, fully milled scissor, milled upper, super solid, better than you're getting from a lot of the Citizen watches and some other things you see with those pressed uppers. So they did not spare the expense here. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of kind of pin and hole style micro adjust, which is completely fine because they gave us a micro adjust system under here. So you can see right there where it says push, you push that, and it's going to allow us to move that in and out. And that's going to give us plenty of micro adjust. Yeah, it's ratcheting too. So there's no need to push it if you're going in or making the bracelet smaller. But when you're making the bracelet larger, you push that down, extend it all the way out, and adjust kind of to your heart's content, right? That's a satisfying little system there. Is it the most easy to use micro adjust system in the world? No, but it exists on a stainless steel watch at a $225 price point. And that's a whole lot more than a whole lot other watches can say. This thing looks pretty sweet. Doom, 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 theme song. We have a 42 millimeter diameter with an extremely compact 46.5 millimeter lug to lug. This should wear beautifully. 12.3 millimeter case thickness, so it's nice and thin for a 200 meter diver here. Stainless steel case and bracelet, sapphire crystal with AR coating. Not a ton of AR coating, but it does exist. Again, 200 meters water resistant, so it's safe to play in. 20 millimeter lug width, so play around with straps to your heart's content. This stainless steel brace comes with the on-the-fly micro adjustment. Kind of already went over that, and it's fantastic. The model number here is SN0066 if you're searching for it, or click the link in the description. The movement is the YN55, which is made by Orient, which is essentially a Seiko group movement. Orient movements are made by the Seiko Epson company, so you're getting, in essence, a Seiko movement here. It's not a Seiko movement, but it is a Seiko movement. You guys know how that stuff works. And the accuracy is stated at plus 35 to minus 25 seconds per day. But as we'll talk about in a bit, this one is running much more accurately than that. Specs on this, pretty darn nice for the price you're paying for this package. What's going on here, guys? Why was everybody sleeping on this watch? I mean, this is good looking. Sure, it's a little bit bigger than the average bear, but I don't know, that's a selling point for me. And the lug to lug is nice and compact on this thing. And the end links, I mean, there's going to be no problem in fitting this on your wrist because those end links don't protrude at all. And it's going to comply and wrap around your wrist nice and comfortably. I like the color. This gradient kind of fume dial is gorgeous. I like the handset also. That big arrow minute hand with the lollipop seconds hand gives a nice little kind of contrast of shapes. Hour hand is, kind of your standard type of thing. Not a whole lot going on there. There could be a little bit more character to the hour hand if I get super picky. But that kind of orange into black gradient as it gets to the outer edge of the dial with a printed minute track, printed automatic and 200 meters, 660 feet down there at 6 o'clock, the applied logo, the Lume everywhere. Did someone say Lume? Don't mind if I do. From the full sun into my dimly lit garage and Blue Thunder. I mean, the Lume is indeed everywhere, and it is a strong application of BGW9 Superluminova. The Lume on this watch looks fantastic, and I got a good feeling that it's going to last a while. Why wasn't anybody talking about this? This seems to be like a killer release. It's a good movement, too. This is not the ubiquitous Seiko NH35 that we so often see. This is a 3 hertz movement. It is the YN55. The YN55 is actually made by Orient, which is a Seiko company. So you're not getting the NH35, but I guess you're kind of getting the NH35. The YN55 is made by the same corporation, has the same beat rate, and I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be accurate to about the same accuracy. Listed accuracy on this is minus 25 to plus 35 seconds a day. I'll try to get this on a time grapher if I can, and if I can, I will stick how this is running in text on the screen right now. But a lot of these usually run a little bit better than their stated minus 25 to plus 35. So I don't think there's going to be any issues there. For a time-only diver that has very nice wrist presence, but doesn't seem to be too big to wear, so to speak. It even has those wonderful drilled lugs, so you can play around with straps really easily. I mean, I'm really liking this. Super plain case back, absolutely nothing on the case back. That was one criticism that a lot of people had of San Martin. And I know they've recently started to fix that. But again, this is not a brand new release from them or anything like that. If you want to pick one of these up, please use my affiliate link down in the description. That goes to supporting the channel, and it actually helps a lot. $225 US. Let's get this thing on wrist so we can see exactly how that wrist presence looks. And here we are with the San Martin SN0066 on my 8-inch or 20-ish centimeter wrist. And this looks really good. I am digging how this looks. This is not a complete turtle case, so to speak. It's more turtle inspired, heavily turtle inspired. And how about that wrist roll? That bracelet is really pretty. Really nice. So straight out of the box, this fits a little bit loose on me. I can probably lose a link. So once we're all done recording here, I'll probably take out a link and then go ahead and fit this to my wrist a little bit more how I like. But right now this has all the links that it came with, and the micro adjust is on the smallest setting. And it's fine if you like your watches a little loose and jangly. This is how I'd rock it. I'm probably going to dial it in a little bit more than that, but that's just a me thing. This thing looks good, guys. It looks really good. I'm really happy with this. And that lug to lug is exactly as compact as I thought it would be. I could recommend this for wrists as small as, 6.5 inches. Like, this is not going to be one of those watches that faces up huge and looks gigantic or anything like that. This is going to be one of those ones that wears a little bit smaller than the spec. Let's go ahead and get this back off wrist so we can compare it to the Berny that we recently took a look at here on the channel, because they are similar watches. The Berny is actually accurate for the time that it is right now. It's about 1:00 p.m. as I record this. But if we look at these, quality of case finishing, quality of the brushing, they are fully brushed cases. The Berny has kind of those integrated crown guards that the San Martin doesn't. So the San Martin might be a little bit more simplistic of a look in case design, but it has a couple extra facets that the Berny does not. But I'm just looking at general case finishing, and the San Martin takes it. It just does. Not that the Berny isn't good, because it is. But the San Martin takes it when it comes to case finishing. I mean, if you're looking for something loud, the Berny is brighter. They're both really good watches, guys. I don't know what to say here other than I think a lot of people were totally sleeping on this San Martin, because the fact that there was no other videos out there about it, it kind of seems criminal to me, because this is one of the, a lot of the San Martins are getting up in that $300 range. At $225, this is one of the ones that's still kind of down there. And who knows, maybe you can catch it on one of those AliExpress sales that they do every so often, and it's a little bit cheaper. But the bracelet quality, the bracelet finishing, the construction, the fact that they're giving you screw links all the way down, that's fantastic. I mean, there's not a lot that you can go wrong with here, is there? No, there's not. I'll answer the question for you. Not a lot you can go wrong with here. I guess the only thing left is, personal preference. Do you wish it had a date complication? I don't. I like the time onlyness of this. But hey, you be the judge. Let's do some final thoughts. I don't get why there's not more information out there on this and why people aren't reviewing it all the time, because this has got to be one of the most slept on San Martin watches out there. Just period. Quality for money, for what you're getting here, accuracy, finishing, bracelet and buckle quality, just a beautiful gradient orange dial for $225. Like, it's going to be really hard to beat this unless you want to step down into something that's not a San Martin. Like we looked at the Berny, right? That we took a look at on the channel. This guy here. We looked at this one next to the San Martin. They are very similar watches. Yes, they are. Extremely similar watches. And it's personal preference. But if you're looking for something that's not out and out sporty in every way possible, or if you want something that has some higher case finishing, again, accuracy is no issue on this. We're at right around -4 seconds a day, which is pretty stellar. There's a lot of watches that run a lot worse than that and cost multiples more. I think everybody just kind of slept on this one when it got released, and now that it's post-release, not as many, YouTubers or watch reviewers are willing to take a look at stuff like this because maybe it doesn't get the immediate clicks and the immediate views. But hey, that's what I'm here for. This thing looks great. Wears well, super comfortable. Bracelet doesn't pull hairs. Trust me, that's a problem for me. I am the tester for you if you have bracelets that pull hairs. The only faults that I could find is that they didn't do more, but when you do more, you're adding to the price point. Like I wish there was something a little more on the case back, but I wouldn't be willing to pay for that. I wish there was maybe a little extra chamfer on the edges of the bracelet, but I don't think it would make a wearability difference, and I wouldn't be willing to pay for that. Would it be nice if there was some high polish hits and accents on the case as a whole? Sure, but then that would change the look and feel of the watch, and again, wouldn't be willing to pay for that. Not with this piece. I don't think it would make that big of a difference. Finding faults is not easy for me in this price bracket, and when you get to a watch of this quality. I guess the only thing that I really wish it had was a Miyota movement, because I like the Miyota 9 series movements, like a 9039, a time-only 9039 movement would be great because we would have a 4 hertz movement with a smoother seconds hand sweep. But we're really picking the fly poo out of the pepper with that, and I don't think we need to go down that road. I think we just need to appreciate this for what it is, a stellar watch for $225 US on AliExpress. Again, link to it's down in the description. It is an affiliate link. Please use it. It supports the channel. That's the only way that I'm supporting the channel right now. That and a little bit of YouTube ad revenue here and there. It's not much. Last month's YouTube ad revenue was not enough to buy this watch. So it was less than that. But it was enough to buy this one, and that we do appreciate. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what kind of watches that are out there that you wish I would be taking a look at in the next video, and I just might do that.